I always, over and over again, became a flute. And my plan for what I was gonna do that was so slick and cool or whatever was always surrendered in grief, in praise, in ecstasy to this thing coming through.
Hello, beloved listeners. This is Adrienne Marie Brown, writer of stories and songs, emergent strategist, and pleasure activist living in the land of the Shakori, Skarure, Tuscarora, Lumbee, and Eno peoples. And this is How to Survive the End of the World, our podcast about learning from apocalypse with grace, rigor, and curiosity. When I say our, of course, I'm including my co-host sister Autumn, who is currently on sabbatical. In her absence, and in the spirit of my book, Fables and Spells, which came out last fall, I'm going full witch this season and having conversations with my favorite witches. And I'll also read you little bits and pieces from the book as we go. What I mean by witch is all people who work with the elements of the natural world, including our human nature, to generate more possibilities. Witching is engaging the essential nature of the world through magic and with supernatural intentions. Some names for what I'm including in witch work are shamanism, sorcery, healing, herbalism, midwifery and doula labor, root work, conjuring, ritual, spell casting, astrology and divination, sound baths, altar building, song channeling, building a direct relationship with the realm of the spirit, the holy, and the ethereal. Sounds like fun. So my guest today, I'm super excited to have on here because she's someone who I've honestly just fallen in love with over the past few years. And when we met, we were like, oh, you're my sister that I didn't meet yet. And her name is Abigail Bengson. And Abigail is one half of the singer-songwriter duo, the Bengsons, who are basically holy magic in a bottle. I met them during the early days of COVID-19 when they released a song called the Keep Going song. I found out that they've done shows, they've done theatrical performances, they've done albums, they've made babies. They do projects around very specific pieces of healing that are needed in their own lives and also needed in the world.
This is the keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going on song. This is the keep going, keep going, keep going, keep
and
going
Abigail
on.
channels song through her whole being and her body in a way that feels like spellcasting to me. And it feels very familiar to my own process of divination through my body.
I am Abigail, and this is Sean, and we're so glad that you've turned this on and welcomed us into your home, and you are welcome into our home. We're in Dayton, Ohio. We're in Sean's parents' house.
My parents' house.
Sean's parents' house. We were in Louisville when the shit hit, and we packed our 3-year-old into a car. We drove kind of far. We drove here, and we've been so lucky and blessed to be safely here. And we thought we'd be here for like 10 days, tops.
What did we know?
What did we know?
What did we
So,
We thought we
Abigail,
thought.
did I miss anything
Hey.
important?
No, ma'am. I think you remembered every drop of everything. That's beautiful. My
I'm
goodness.
so happy you're here.
I'm so honored. I can't believe
friend.
it.
Oh
I
my
love
God.
you. I love you so much.
I was like, how
Just to
can I
get to sit
dedicate
and
a
talk
scene
with you.
talking to Abigail? How can I make it? So, how are you today, beloved?
Oh, wow. I'm well. Right now, today, about a week ago, I had a big experience where I was singing at a sort of memorial moment for hundreds of people who had passed during the pandemic. And my body went into a totally other state. sort of a lightning rod state where big things were moving through. And then the next day, my back went out.
Oh, hallelujah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Out. She went out.
Bye-bye.
She said, enough.
We're not going outside.
Goodbye.
We're not going out.
It's time to lay down. That's it. Be a human. Chill it out. So I'm healing is where I am now.
Yeah.
I was on the floor, which was exactly where I needed to be.
Yeah.
And I was cared for, which is always a miracle to me.
Yes.
And now I'm healing bit by bit.
Wow. And you performed Sunday in that state.
Yeah, it was on
Pandemic
Oh,
Joy.
that's right. That's right.
It was one of the performances. You did multiple.
That's right. Well, I was thinking of the yeah. There's always something, you know.
Yeah.
It's deep to sing with pain.
Yes, right.
You know, and I thought about saying, "Oh, I'm in pain. It's not right for me." But then I knew I would be so well held.
Yeah.
And whatever came would be all right. So I came and sang anyway.
Oh, how I love
good.
that.
Yeah.
I love that. I've been in a week of pain as well. And I got an IUD last week. And it's my first time doing something like that, right?
Get it now.
Get it now. I was just like, well, I think this would be a really smart idea for me. Living in this world and knowing that I don't want to get pregnant and knowing that I'm attracted to all the different genders of the world and knowing all the things I know, it just feels like this is a time to do this. And and it was hilarious because the doctor was like, you know, this is a good deterrent, actually. Like, if you don't like how this feels, you know, this is the bare minimum of what you would experience if you were going through labor, right? And I was like, yeah, this is definitely, I feel so smart that I did this, because as she was giving me this IUD, I was kicking and I was just like, no, my cervix doesn't want to dilate. I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
And it was also really beautiful because it was like, everything in my life right now is a let go, set boundaries. Let go, set boundaries. But you know, something that's so interesting is when I'm in pain, I can't breathe all the way into my breath, right? I can't get all the way in there. And so then it's like, what can I sing with this pocket of air that only goes, you know, from my heart to my throat, right? Because I can't get down any further than that.
Honey. Well, for me, not only that, you know, as an exquisite dissociator, you know,
hallelujah, gifted,
having been in pain too young,
yes,
I will leave my body.
Yeah.
And it's been a really deep sort of dance that is deeply connected to song for me.
Yes.
Of saying, oh, hello, body. I see I need to leave you.
Yes.
I see I can come back. I see I need to leave.
Yeah.
I see I can come back. And I think it's really interesting practice for death, actually.
Right.
To go, okay, what of me is body?
And what of me is
what
beyond.
Of me is not.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Dissociators know. You know, you're helping me too, because I then had this day, you know, I did this Ayurvedic cleanse and my body has been this like pristine landscape of health and bitter greens and juice me, baby. And, you know, just feeling like, oh, I love how this feels. And then after the IUD, I had this day where I was like, I need cookies. I need McDonald's. I need this. I need this. I need this.
Yes, you do.
And I could feel in my body this sort of impact of like oil and sugar and fast food and whatever the fuck McDonald's is. And like, you know, I don't know, food might be too stretchy, but I felt the whole thing happen, right? I'm like, this is how I dissociate. And I felt like a different capacity to be with like, you just, you know, this is also the window of my ectopic pregnancy, which happened back in 2015, right?
Oh,
and so I'm like, oh, I feel all the layers of this on each other, right? That I'm like, that happened. I'm doing this so that never happens again. And that happened in the same territory. So I'm in the little traumatic traumatized cervical zone, and the whole thing,
Yes.
like you just feel all the layers. And I was able to sort of notice, oh, look what you just did to take care of yourself. And you don't have to do any more of that, right? So I think in the past I would have been like, well, now we just eat McDonald's and cookies again. And instead it was like, no, that was a day of associating in a particular way that feels very familiar, very comforting, and you can count on it, right? Like, I'm like, I just know I can count on it. And then today I was like, okay, now we fast and we cleanse and we just be with our feelings, because today I can, right? Like I went through enough to it, and I'm like, the pain has subsided enough. I'm like, now today I can be here with this. And I don't know, there's something
so good,
passionate
Adrienne,
about it for me, where I'm like punishing myself. And I wasn't punishing myself. I was comforting myself in a way that is familiar, but that doesn't have to be. Yeah. I keep I'm so into growing up. Like I'm really
oh my
into
God.
it. I'm so into
Aren't we lucky? Aren't we so lucky that we keep getting older?
Yeah. So
I mean, it's all, I feel like even the McDonald's and the cookies, I had that day. I have my dietary limitations for my health.
Yes.
But I had that a day when I was in pain, and I went, oh, I need some bullshit.
I just need some non-things.
And it was I need a non-thing, but I also respect the body's impulse.
Yes.
Because it is also a way to eat, to taste is a way to connect with the body. Yeah. And it was a way to connect with the body in pleasure. Yeah. And no, it's not a long-term plan. No, right? But in that moment, and it's a season.
Like with the Ayurvedic doctor, I was like, look, I smoke weed and I need a plan that accounts for what I want to eat when I'm high and what I want to eat when I'm not high. And I need a plan that accounts for when during the day I should take my edible so that my munchies hit within the window that I should be, right? That my food wants food, right? And then my body wants food. And the doctor was like really sweet, because I'm like, he could balk at that, or he could be like, no, you just have to give it up or whatever. And I'm like, I live in this world right now today.
Correct.
And I'm not drinking, and I'm not doing drugs that I can't manage. Right. But I do need a little something for this edge. Right. I didn't make the edge. And, I'm like, I'm meditating my butt off, but I do need a little something. And it was just so beautiful to just be like, and I'm not going to be ashamed about it. It's just, this is my reality. And so I need things that work with my reality that also, make me feel like, the way I have felt since doing that cleanse and in this, like, eating so much vegetable stuff, I'm like, dang, this does feel better day to day in my body. Like, it's banging, right?
Yeah.
And it turns out, if I listen to my body, I'm mostly a vegetarian. Who knew? I'm mostly, right? So anyway, I think all this brings us into the switchy territory, because one of the things I really want to talk with you about in particular is using the body as an instrument of magic. And I really feel like that's how singing has often felt inside of my life. And that it's like more than, I'm trying to just produce the prettiest sound. There's always this thing of like, I'm trying to play the most honest music through the string instrument, wind instrument, flesh instrument that I am. And when I first saw you sing, heard you sing, and every time since then, I'm like, she's witching. She's playing the instrument of herself and casting the spell over us. And so I know how I think of what you do, right? But I want to ask you, how would you identify the work that you do? Like, do you think of yourself as a witch? Do you think of this song work as witching? What do you think?
Well, I'll say that I've always been who I am doing what I do. I've been this person my whole life, right?
Consistent.
And and you're kind of coming into my life at this moment where I've just started to feel sort of strong enough to name it. And I've been hesitant to name it, one, because we know what has been done to witches, right?
Yes.
2, because I want to protect what I love.
Yes.
And 3, because I think that sometimes when we talk of spirit, that it makes the person talking sound important.
Yeah.
Rather than when what's important is what they love.
Yes.
Right? And there's no part of me except, maybe one little chocolate chip of ego over here, but there's no real part of me that believes that there is hierarchy when it comes to spirit.
Right.
I don't believe
That's right.
that someone's closer or farther away. I think we're all coded and wired to be in love with the world. And by being in love with the world, to be in communion with it.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, that vibe.
And so I feel like with you, I feel really excited to speak about what this is for me.
Yeah.
Because we know together that we're speaking of what we love.
Yes.
And giving praise to what we love. And hopefully making space for everybody to praise what they love with their own instrument, with their own body. So when I say that I'm a singer, I say that I'm a human.
Yeah.
And you are too.
Yes. Beautiful.
Right. So with that, I feel like I can name that I have always felt an ecstatic relationship to the world as it is. And felt a need beyond my control to sing a song of praise to all that I see. And I sort of tried to pretend that made me a rock star for a minute, or that made me a this or a that.
Yeah.
But I always over and over again became a flute. And my plan for what I was going to do that was so slick and cool or whatever was always surrendered in grief, in praise, in ecstasy to this thing coming through.
Yes.
And so now I feel braver about naming that. And I think to those who care for me and love me, it's obvious.
Yeah.
So it's not such a big freaking secret anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm a singer. Yeah. I'm an ecstatic singer to the world. I think that's what I am.
Beloved listeners, many of you already support this podcast of ours. And so this message is first and foremost gratitude to you all. Thank you so much. We really couldn't do this without y'all. And it's an invitation to those of you who listen on the regular and might not have become a patron yet, that this really is a community effort at this point. We don't get funding for this from anywhere else. We don't have grants or anything else supporting us. And we don't do advertisements, which has been a political choice that I think is the right one for us. And I think it allows us to be more present with you all without having to bend and weave and figure out like which products are the most apocalyptic. Anyway, so the question that I'm here to ask you is, would you mind slipping over to patreon.com/IntoTheWorldShow and putting $1 on it? You know, you get access to our Ask Us Anything exclusive content. We're already brainstorming and planning on other exclusive content to offer through that space. And you get merch, really cute things that we send you because we made them just for you. So go on over, see what you can do. We really, really appreciate it. We're full of gratitude for you. And yeah, let's get back to our show. I told you this on your recent 40th birthday, that I just read this book called The 40 Rules of Love. That's about the love story of Rumi and Shams. And Rumi, the ecstatic poet, Sufi poet, and this ecstatic Sufi dervish friend, beloved of his. And that word ecstatic is throughout that book and throughout Rumi's approach to life, right? But I'm like, that's what we're up to. And it feels really, to me, it feels like this radical move to say, I'm going to celebrate the world as it is and find the beauty in all of it and accept it whole, swallow it whole, try to experience all the pleasure of it, like as it is. Like, what if, this idea of like, there's nothing to fix and I can never quite balance it out with like all the suffering. And I'm like, there's something beyond me. Like the suffering exists. And then our work is to turn and face that. It's all connected.
Yes.
So I love this. And I think I'm going to ask you to sing at some point during this. So just sort of plant that seed in the soil of you and see what starts to arise. But so you say, I was always like this, which makes me immediately like, oh my God, Abigail at 5, Abigail at 17. Like, so I was always like this. Oof. So when did you come into a consciousness of like, I'm doing something that maybe is a little different from what the people around me are doing in terms of how I'm experiencing this lifetime and how stuff is moving through me? Like, when did you realize like, oh, I'm a ecstatic singer of the world, like when did that click?
My heart is beating, which means I want to say something about what you just said.
Great.
About singing, about the suffering of the world and singing the world as it is in one hand. And I think we feel that all times are happening at once.
Yeah.
I think we can feel that though we are story animals, that like a linear line, that we know in our bodies, just like you know that this is the window of both your ectopic pregnancy and your IUD and many other rituals around it.
Yes.
Right? We know if we look at the planet that all seasons are happening at the same time, all the time.
Yes.
So we can sit with the knowing that even as we are faced with extraordinary pain and destruction, that the intact nature of the world remains.
That's right.
At every moment. And so does the intact nature of ourselves.
Yes.
It's always there. It cannot be shattered. And there is a great shattering taking place at all times.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I feel within that, you're right.
Yeah.
And to me, when I see that, I feel a hallelujah in me.
Yeah.
I feel, my God, all things are breaking and can never be broken. And somehow in the body, we know this to be true.
Yes.
I feel that.
Yeah.
So I want to say that when I feel like we sing the song in praise of what is, we call into being the intact world.
Yes.
The intact nature of the world, the intact nature of each other.
Yeah.
That's always there, waiting to be sung to.
Yes.
And that doesn't mean a denial of grief. It's the opposite. It means singing the song of grief, singing the song of the heartbreak that makes things want to jump up and live.
Mm-hmm.
And my earliest little girl memories are of singing alone outside to little creatures. So I fell in deep love with an earthworm.
Oh, dear.
When I was around 3 years old, and I would go out into the muck and I would sing to an earthworm. And in my imagining, it was the same earthworm. Who knows?
Of course.
Who would come and hang out with me.
It's loving you back. Yeah.
Loving me. And then I felt that. Mm-hmm. I felt like we loved each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I needed that dose of love at that time. And it felt easily available to me. So I would sing to this earthworm. And then she would go underground, as is her nature. And I would continue to sing to the earthworm. And I think that was my first maybe lesson, a conscious lesson, that you could sing to what you cannot see. And that your message of love can be taken into the earth by living creatures. Easy, right? Automatically. So I was singing to everything, and I was so annoying, Adrian. I was told so often, everyone, I mean, not my mother, not my amazing mother, but everybody else, and they had the right to, would say, oh my God, it's enough singing. Can you shut it? Can you shut it for a second? Yeah. But I actually think I could not.
Yeah, you're like, I
think I could. I actually can't. So I was singing and singing, and I remember like going out into the backyard, and I know you've done this. Maybe everybody does this. You know, you go out into the backyard and you're alone for a moment, or not with people for a moment.
Yeah.
And the trees have this gentle way of kind of leaning over you.
Yes.
And if you get still, you can feel that they are singing to each other.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Do. You can just feel it. And if you stay still long enough, you can let that song move right through you. And if you feel brave, you can sing back. You can sing too.
Okay.
So that was I think my first singings were not in front of people, or not on purpose in front of people, although certainly people were hearing and appreciating or not.
Yes. You're like, I'm singing, you're around me. I am doing my job.
This isn't for you.
It's not for you.
That's right. That's right.
And it's not yours to take. So I love this. And I especially love this, like, you know, for me also, so young, so early in my life was it that it was like a poetry and song are the thing, that it took me a while to grok that was not how everyone was orienting around me, right? Yeah. And it still kind of catches me by surprise, like, oh, like everyone's not walking outside and being like, look at that dogwood, holy mess. I'm staring at you. You're so pretty. Whatever, you know, being in a dialogue with the world around us, right? That is an appreciative dialogue. That is one that's like, on the cloudy day, I notice how gorgeous the big clouds look and how full of wet, you know, or whatever it is, right?
Yes.
So I am grateful that you realized your gift early, that you were singing early, that you ignored the directives to be quiet, and that you kept going. And so then I wonder if you were to say who you might claim as your witch ancestors. Do you feel like there's any formal lineage to the way that you do your work? Do you feel like there's informal lineage to the way you do your work? Like, who do you feel like is at your back in this kind of work?
Oh, wow. I feel first a presence of a hand I can't name, which I think is meant long ancestors whose faces and names I will never know in a conscious way, maybe. But I feel them at my back. I feel them putting warmth on my back when I'm doing hard work of song. So I'm naming them, although I can't name their names, but they're there for me. And then I think all of the ecstatic poets rescued me many times. Sent sort of ropes of longing into the future that I got to catch, you know, and say, okay, I'm not alone. And so all of them I feel. And my mother, who is a great ecstatic lover of life, who was tortured as a child and who put her body between the world of harm and me and protected me. And in so doing, that was very costly for her and for her own form and her own spirit, but also created this tsunami of generational change. And me and all my strangeness, I think her protective hand and her belief in my beauty is my lineage.
Wow.
In a really deep way.
That's huge.
And then I think, okay, I could talk about this for a long, long time. So you got to tell me. But
No,
I think of the creatures, the creatures that teach me. So, I mean, I'm in love with them all, but like the bumblebee that goes out ostensibly looking for food, but then gets so drunk in lust and love and the beauty of the world that it can't help but make love to everything it sees. And in so doing, makes the whole world grow.
Yes.
Or I think of, I want to be like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Or I think we're in the age of the beetle and the fungi.
Oh, yes.
You know, as you you've made love to them in your own way, with your own words.
Obsessively.
And right. And I think, there's more beetle species than anything else on the planet. And pound for pound, more beetles than anything else on the planet, right? And I think, okay, so maybe we're in the age of the beetle.
Yes.
And we just happen to also be making a lot of noise, up on the surface of the planet. And I go, okay, these beetles, these composters, these ones who go towards death and make life, looking starkly at the very thing we're the most grossed out by, and say, aha, here's a feast.
This is it.
Here's a feast to make the world grow. Yeah. So I want to be like that.
Beautiful.
In movement spaces and in my life, I want to be like that. So they're my teachers too, very much.
Beautiful. Thank you. There's a language for this of intuitive, like intuitive witch, intuitive magical being that really resonates, right? Where it's like, if I listen, there's teachers everywhere all around me. And if I listen, there's an impulse from within me that matches with all these teachers around me. And it makes it very clear what I'm supposed to do about whatever's ahead of me. And the place where I tend to get stuck is when I shift away from the intuition or I don't follow the instruction, right? Where I'm like, no way I'm supposed to say that out loud to other people. That can't possibly be correct. And so I'm going to go with my brain and figure out something else and do that. And then life course corrects, right?
Oh God.
But I have come to understand that part of my magic in the world is my mistakes. Is the ways that I go off and learn the hard lessons with my hard head. And then I report back got it. Hey, y'all, here's a hard lesson. Here's something I was able to do. And it's making it a little easier for me to go through the lesson, through the learning process, right? Because I'm in it and I'm just like, wow, okay, I went full tilt at that and banged directly into the glass. And here I am on the floor again. And wow, this floor is beautiful. There's some ancestral faces in it or something, right? But it's learning how you do your thing, right? And learning that how each of us does our thing is how all of us also do our thing. I often had the experience of talking to people being like, oh, that's what it's like when you're alone too, is that you feel kind of in the swirl of your mistakes and rather than in the swirl of your own brilliance, right?
Oh my God, yes.
Yes. I wanted to ask you. This is so
good.
Okay, good. I'm like, I'm like, praise me. But I want to know in that way, right? Both in the ways that people can see and in the ways that are private to you. What are all the ways you would say you do what you do?
Wait, I'm in love with what you just said about these mistakes.
Yes.
This is real. That's some real stuff right there. Because I feel like that moment where you've gone headlong in love towards life, and then you get hit.
Yes.
You get hit with your old, whatever it is, the thing you repeat, the thing you thought you had outgrown. Here it is again.
Back again.
Talking to you. I think about... there's Henry Nouwen, the Jesuit, who I love, writes about pruning, being pruned by the world. He uses language of being pruned by God.
Yes.
And I resisted that language. I hated that language because it felt so artificial. I want a wild garden, and he was coming in with shears and making me a hedgerow or something.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, I don't, no, thank you. I prefer to be the jungle. But I thought, oh, even wild things prune each other.
They do.
All the time, right?
Constantly.
Not to kill each other, but to help each other find enough light.
Yes.
So everyone gets light.
Yes.
Everyone gets water. Everyone gets earth. So when I am taken down, I do not like it, Adrienne.
No.
I do not enjoy it. I do not want it. And I guarantee you it's never going to happen again.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I'm like,
I've been pruned.
Great.
It's over. I'll have no more mistakes for me.
Wrote a book about it, wrote a song about it, and fiend.
That's right. Done. I've learned and grown.
I'm grown now.
I'm grown now. But when I think of it as a natural pruning of me that helps other things to live well around me.
Yes.
Because I am in an ecosystem with other humans and the world.
Yeah.
And sometimes might need to be a little smaller and sometimes might need to be bigger. And that's all right to have that rhythm and that flow. And I also think of, seed pods that need forest fires to be split open.
Yeah.
Right? To release that sometimes, and I've been in a fire of my own shame. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. For ways I've caused harm. And if you can survive it through good company, then there's a chance to get split open.
That's right.
And in the splitting open, there's a chance to live new. And that's the resurrection story I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Is the seed bursting open through any kind of hardship, a natural hardship. To become itself, its full self as it's meant to. I think we do it again and again. Except for me, I've done it, and
I don't need to do
I would
anymore.
like to be all done.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm good. Well, and I love that you said
I'm so
this
kidding.
Because I think about this as lately I've been ruminating on like, am I suffering because I'm trying to hold the walls of my seed shell around me tightly, right?
Girl, Adrienne!
Is that why I'm suffering, right?
Yes.
When it's inevitable, it's inevitable that I will outgrow those walls. I will outgrow the seed shell because I am meant to go through the dark towards the light over and over again. That's like what I'm meant to do. But I'm like, I think I might be the mindfulness, that control thing, like I'm like, I'm not going to lose control again. And every time it's like, you're totally going to lose control because you don't even know what you are yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, and when I would like to hand over control of my being to the greater good.
Yes,
me too. I have more faith in it. I
try to do that all the time.
Me too. I try. And so what is it that makes me go, oh, too scary, But I respect it because I suspect it is the part of me that stays alive in a human body too.
I think so too.
Like I need to be able to say, oh, nope, I'm not ready for that. I do have a particular personality. I have particular needs, a particular history,
That's right.
A body that likes certain things and not others. And that is related to my divinity. Yeah. And I'm allowed to hold that.
And it seems related to the gift. So I'm curious about this for you. When a song is coming for me, it's like that's where I have to relinquish the reins. Like when the song starts to come through, I'm like, the most control I can have over this is to push record on my voice memo thing. But then the song is going to go where it wants to go, and it's going to probe into the emotional territory that it needs to probe into. And I can't lie when I'm singing. Like, it's like this has to come out. And I feel like that when I listen to your singing, that you're like, I'm going to go straight at the gnarly truth place that is beautiful and terrible and awesome, awful, all the things. I'm going to go right there. But I never set out like, I'm going to write the beautiful, terrible, awesome, awful song, right? I'm just like, song is coming. Here it comes, right?
Yeah. I mean, it reminds me of going into labor, that experience, that you can do a lot of stuff to practice and get ready.
Yeah. Breathing exercises.
You could do all that, and you could breathe and walk on a curb and,
roll your hips around on the ball.
You could do all that stuff. Yes. And Lord, I did, saying, okay, I'm ready. And all of that's useful. All of that's good. So I do sit down and try to write a beautiful, heartbreaking song. And most of those are placental.
Yeah.
Most of those are not for others.
Yep.
They are
Internal.
they get everything out of the way, you know. So I am in a practice of trying. And then, but what I discover is that within that practice, what that actually does is keep me ready, available, and safe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the muscle is worked.
Mm-hmm.
So when big things do move through, the vessel of me can take it. Like if I'm a clay pot and the song is going to fire me.
Yeah, that's right.
I need to be well shaped first.
That's right.
You know, so I don't just crack in the heat.
That's right.
And that's what I feel. But no, I feel that singing for me is the best lie detector test. There's no way to be dishonest in the voice for me. And I think in a way it would be like me lying to my closest lover.
Yeah.
You know, it would just feel icky. It just wouldn't feel right.
Yeah.
And my body doesn't allow it.
Yeah.
Well, and so much of
that dissociation too, right? That like often it's like I'll be super dissociated. I'm like, I'm down, I'm high, I got my cookies, everything's going down. And then the song comes through and it's like, this is what the grief is shaped like, and this is where the grief came from. And the song is just saying the names and the feelings and the things.
Yes.
So it's like that. It's just sort of like you, but I also feel like a faith. You know, when a song comes to me, I feel like there's a faith in the universe that I can carry that song, that I can get it through into the world.
That's beautiful. That's right. Oh, and you really do that, Adrienne.
So do you. I mean, that's really the thing you do. That. Actually, so now maybe is a good time to hear an Abigail song. Like,
whoa.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start with a hand on my heart. Let myself crack open. I'm just gonna start with a hand on my heart and let myself break open. There is a basket around my basket. When I break open, something's gonna catch it. There's a community of love all around me, and when I need to break, I'll fall back into them. I'm just gonna start with a hand on my heart. Let the seed pod in the middle of my chest finally break and move towards the dawn. Let the seed pod in the middle of my chest finally sing their morning song. Finally sing that morning song. In the darkest part of the night when everything's wrong and nothing is right, when you're in the cave of your own despair, there's a little bird that meets you there and says, don't forget you're in love with the day. Hey, don't forget you're in love with the day. I'm gonna sing a song that's in love with the day, and guess what? Here comes the sun. Hey, mama, gonna put a hand onto my chest. Gonna put a hand onto my chest. Gonna sing for the dawn that loves me the best. Gonna put a hand on my chest.
You're the best. You're the best, Abigail. In a non-hierarchical way, you're the best.
In a non-hierarchical
way, you're the best.
Do you feel like singing?
Well, it's interesting because I don't feel like singing. What I feel is this, that you just sang our song, right? And this is often what I feel with you, that I'm like, and there's certain singers who do this to me. Like I remember the first time early in my life, I felt this when I would listen to Whitney Houston sing, and I was like, she's singing our song. Like she's using this gift and she's singing something for all of us, you know? And then Bjork gives me that feeling where I'm like, she's singing. And because she sang that, I'm good. Like there's just something about it where there's a way that for me, song is how I most easily tap into the communal, the thing beyond myself, where I'm like,
Yeah.
any of us can be the voice of it at any time.
Yes.
And it sings through, you know, so I'm like, oh yes. So that's what I feel. It's like my sister
Yeah.
feels open and alive as if I just sang, because you sang
Yes.
and you sang the thing that was just like that perfect thing. So yeah, I think that that's part of what, you know, I've gotten to be in many spaces where you sing, you know, we're in the Pandemic Joy community together. We are working on an album together, you know, where you're like producing work with me. And I've come to your shows, your performances, you've come to one of my performances, and we've been in this dance with each other. And what I always notice when you sing is that there's a satisfaction in the whole group, right? So, and it might be a satisfaction that opens up because people are like, oh, you let me cry. Oh, you said the thing I needed to hear. Oh, you know, there's something about witnessing how you trust the universe and your instrument and the moment and us, right? And I've always tried to talk about this, that I'm like, I sing differently if I'm in my head than I do if I'm in a group and I'm like fully, I'm like, let myself be used by this group, right? And that's where this inkling started to crack for me, that I was like, this might be a gift that's not just about me and my own, you know, performance self, right? Because when I was younger, it was like, go get with a choir, get the notes correct, find your pitch, perfect it. And I did opera singing, I did all this stuff. It was about perfection. And then as I've grown, I'm like, the imperfection is getting more interesting to me. The wildness is getting more interesting to me. And then the communal nature of it, that I'm like, well, why is it that if I'm with a group of people and I think of it as, let's let the whole use my voice for this moment, it just sounds different. It feels different.
We domesticate our voices.
Yeah.
You know, on purpose.
Yes.
We rid them of their wildness in the name of perfection, which we also recognize as something that only belongs to the dead.
Yes.
So we court death with our voices when we court perfection. And we remove ourselves, we put ourselves in the hierarchy and remove ourselves from the collective, which is the real voice, right? So this is why when we began, I said I'm a singer, but what I mean is just that I'm a human.
Yes.
And I think that all humans, every creature that breathes has a song.
I think that.
And as sure as it has a fingerprint, it has a song. And your song is needed in the chorus of the world.
That's right.
And when we train ourselves in the name of something that would own us, to sound other than what we are, we do a disservice, a deep disservice to that which we truly love and truly loves us. So what I love to hear the most, and you know who some of the most extraordinary leaders are in this for me, are people, my trans siblings who are going through deep vocal change in their hormonal journey, and some of my siblings moving through disability that creates extraordinary change, loss, and renewal in their voices. When they sing, I hear the dawn break.
Yeah.
You know, when they sing with that sort of liberation, which some of my dearest friends, I get to hear them sing. I go, oh yeah, that thing where we, for love of the world, move away from the status of self.
That's right.
That's what I want to do.
That's right.
Yay!
That's right. And again, I keep thinking of that preparing for death. It's just like my whole life is this song,
Yeah.
and it'll end. And then I'll go back into the collective chorus. It's like the great hum of it all, that feels very clear to me. And all right. So I want to ask you this question because, on one hand, it's like, yes, everyone's song. And also, not everyone feels comfortable singing. Not everyone feels at
That's
ease
right.
singing. Not everyone feels like that's their calling. What witchy skills, what variation on this gift that you have do you wish that everyone else had or could tap into in this apocalyptic time, this time of great change?
You know that ache in your gut or your chest that feels like an empty place? Or it can feel like something's pulling on it, like a seat of longing.
Mm-hmm.
I would ask to, rather than trying to fill that empty throne with anything, to sit with the ache of that empty space and recognize that all flutes are hollow. And breathe into that empty part, that seed of longing, and just let your breath come from there. And see what it goes towards.
Mm-hmm.
See what that longing takes your voice towards. It might be your mother. It might be a tree. It might be your dead. Mm-hmm. It might be your unborn. But it will take you somewhere. And hold that with respect.
Yeah.
Because it's an umbilicus connecting you to all living things. It's not meant to feel whole. It's meant to pull you into life.
Yeah.
And let your voice break. Go,
And let your
hey!
Hey.
That's right. Let your heart break so your voice can break. Let your voice break so your heart can break.
I love that.
That's right.
I love that. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful that the universe put us in the way of each other this time.
Same.
And that we were so quick
This
to recognize each other, that we're just like, oh girl, hey. There's just like no doubt that I'm like, fully recognize, bet I know who you are. And
100.
I'm just so grateful for it. I'm grateful for you and for Sean and for what y'all sing and what you bring in. Actually, maybe this is one bonus question I have for you because, as I was building your bio, I was noticing how completely intertwined you and Sean's everything is, right?
Yes.
And that's something that I have not really experienced in this life. And I don't know how I would do with, right? Like, I'm really like, okay, I'm doing my thing. And you're like, we're doing our thing. And
that's right.
We do it together, right? And
that's right.
I was like, should I bring Sean on this interview? And I was like, no, I think it's okay to talk to Abigail, knowing that Sean is going to be floating all around and through and in the mix, right? But I wonder if there's any way you want to talk about how you compound each other's magic and, just what it feels to do your magic in such an intertwined way.
Oh, it's the gift of my life, Adrienne.
Yeah.
It's the safest, deepest love. I think that we tend to each other's tiny selves, our softest, broken mammal need self. We tend to each other well in that space. Yeah. And in there, we also sort of guard each other's divinity. I'm not all up in Sean's divinity and he's not all up in mine.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Like one of my jobs on the planet is to make permeable walls around Sean's beauty so that it's protected in the world and so that he can become who he's meant to be. And he does the same for me. So in that way, we tend to each other in our smallness and in our, in our expansiveness. Yes. But through protection and in taking pleasure in one another.
Yeah.
I mean, he's, we met and we got married 3 weeks later.
Yes, I know. I love that.
But that was
I love
15
that.
years ago now, so now I can say it and it doesn't sound quite as sketchy. I mean, it's certainly a sketchy thing to do.
It's not if you see y'all together though, right? Like it's like,
But it
it
felt
just seems weird that there was a time before you met.
100%. I mean, it's the same in it takes a different vessel, but in my friendship with you,
Yeah.
that I felt like the only problem with this is that I haven't officially known you for 30 years yet.
Yes.
So I'm not allowed to act like that yet.
Yes.
There are boundaries in the universe. I can't just
jump straight
act
there.
like, but I want to, and I feel like I should. And
Yeah.
my spirit is saying, you better get in the same boat.
Yeah.
And you better do it fast
Same.
because the water is rocky.
Yeah. Same.
So be with this person.
I mean, I feel like it occurs to me now that we agreed to work on this album without ever having met in person. Yeah.
That's right.
And I'm like, this is a big deal. It's a really big deal, which I think it speaks to the trustworthiness of the way you love.
Hey.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. I'm so proud of this album.
Me
I can't
too.
wait for the world to hear it and
Me
to
too.
hear you in your full singing glory. Y'all don't even know. I don't know if everyone knows yet what's coming for you.
Yeah.
It's so exquisite. It's such a gift to the world, Adrienne.
Thank
I'm
you,
so lucky to be a little tiny doula part of it.
Doula. You're doula. Well, it is also like, I just feel like you're such a teacher. Like, I feel like I'm just like, yes, like this is how to let it loose. This is how to let myself loose again, let myself free again. So, thank you. Thanks for that little window on the Sean love too. Cause I just think that, I don't
He's
know,
delicious.
we're in this era now where people do couple performance of coupleness and little TikTok videos and people are dancing as a couple and like all this stuff. And I feel a huge aversion to it. And yet when you see the authentic, like, oh, these folks just plug into each other in a way that makes more sense of things. And I'm so grateful for that kind of authentic partnership and just having that as a model, having that there. It's just like, this is also a way. And
thank you.
Yeah, it's all in the village. So I'm going to read a poem. So one of my practices is I'm reading something from Fables and Spells with each episode. And I'm going to read, because we are recording this on a full moon day. So
I know. In Virgo.
I know. It's like
It's your moon. It's yours.
And this one has been, I'm like, holy, holy, holy. I'm really in the holiness of this particular full moon moment. Like, I'm like, it's all coming together. So people are going to hear this later, but I'm going to read this piece called One-Liners for the Full Moon. I love this one. And I'm like, and I don't get to read these aloud enough. So One-Liners for the Full Moon from Fables and Spells. If I can't feel what you love, I don't care what you hate. Let love lead and let it show. Realize that hate is another way of saying lost. If I can't see what you are creating, I'm not interested in watching you destroy. Creating is the hardest work. Creating when you could destroy is a sign of maturity at any age. Without the creative thrust, destruction is jealousy, grudge, or bitterness in action, immaturity unleashed. The creative only destroys in order to make new, to repurpose what is into what will be, or when the new is bursting out of the old. Focus on creating. We must practice turning away from the destroyers. If our mouths water at each other's destruction, we are becoming cannibals. Human flesh makes humans sick. Imagine what consuming human dignity, joy, freedom, and spirit does. If you tell a story without the mess and failures, the iterations, I don't trust the success and the lessons. You are nothing pure except human. Neither, so am I. If you hide your mistakes, you'll never be known. Perfection is impossible. Projecting perfection is impossibly lonely. Everyone makes mistakes. What matters are the steps you take to learn the lesson. Be humble and humbled. Laugh. Own your shit. Stay in your dignity. Make new mistakes. Don't come for healing under the cloak of love. Bring healing in the light of love. Be honest. You need love. And the only way to get to it is to love. Don't be a love tap. Be a love river. Stingy love leaves scars. Flow towards me or flow away. You are not in control. You are in collaboration. Release your plans, but not your responsibility. Shape change. Your fingerprints are on the future. You are the only one who will ever get to love yourself from the inside out. Be especially generous with loving the parts of yourself no one else knows. We must remember ourselves, remember our original shapes before all the wounds distorted our divinity. We are the cells of God.
Whoa! Woo! Yes! The truth. Every time you hear the real truth, it just feel like a reminder?
Yes. It's like, oh yeah.
Like we all already knew.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then you spoke the truth and I go, oh, right. Thank you. Oh, I remember now.
I think that's also witching.
Thank you.
Right? I feel like witching is just being with what is and being with the truth of everything.
Yeah.
So one other thing that we do on this podcast is we talk about top culture. Like what is something that we are listening to, watching, reading that's like, everyone needs to know about this. It's so good. Do you have something like that you're just like, I'm geeking out about this thing right now? It could be new, old.
Oh my gourd. Okay, well, what's coming to mind is so ridiculous. It's all my like, I watch like really trashy like reality love shows.
Me too. I love every single one of them.
I love them so much. And I love how they make me feel. Sometimes they make me too tense, but usually they make me feel so wise.
So wise. So communicative and mature. My God.
So like, I feel like I could solve everybody's problems if I was there. I'm not there, so I don't have to. And it's just an amazing little hit.
I love that.
This is so I love that stuff.
Is there one that you've been watching recently that you're like, this one is so good right now?
Oh, my favorite. There isn't a new one, but my favorite is Bachelor in Paradise.
I love Bachelor in Paradise. I do.
I love that show so.
I'm waiting for the new one to come back. So what I've been watching right now is Love Island UK. And there's a season on right now. And I adore the, it's just like, I don't even have to look directly at the television. I just can have it on.
Exactly.
And just be doing something else and just be like, he's got good chat. I know, darling. How dare he come like that? He owes you an apology, darling. Like, and they're just like, just listening to them have these really shallow. I mean, I told her I loved her. And then, yes, did I kiss someone else? Of course. And it's just so wonderful. And it's like Bachelor in Paradise, but with this voting component, and like everyone is constantly in a bathing suit and doing ridiculous challenges that like, none of it would you do if you were over the age of 25. Like, it's like, never. I cannot go, so, but there's something about it. It also is very humbling because I'm like, I do all these things, right?
All of them, every single one
of these things. And so, yeah, I love you. And I love that these are your shows. I've been watching The Bachelor this season.
I can't even. I tried. Hard. Is it worth sticking
so
with
I will say this.
I couldn't.
I will say this. At first, I was just like, Zach. Like, I don't understand why him. Especially, I was like, we need like 10 bachelors of color before we go back to like a bland medium white dude. But he's actually a great bachelor. Like, he's very considerate of the women so far, and he seems to be making real connections. He's doing things a little differently. He got COVID in the middle of the season, and they had to all deal with that.
Zoom dates only.
So yeah, exactly. So I think it's again, but I can't just sit and only do that. So I will put it on while I'm like painting.
That's what it is.
Put it on while I'm doing something else, and
it's in my headphones when I'm like. napping the baby
Exactly.
or something like that,
Exactly.
when I need to take a break. And
It's break.
why
my
hasn't there been an amazing, like, wouldn't it be so much more fun if there was a bisexual
brain? Yes. Oh wait, do you know about this,
bachelor
Abigail?
human? No.
Do you know? Have you heard of Are You the One?
No.
Okay, so
is this my new favorite
so
thing?
listen, Are You the One season 8
Okay.
has
Okay.
a super queer. Everyone is bisexual. Everyone is poly. Only season 8 is like this, but it will be your
Okay.
favorite thing because everyone comes in and they are dating in all different directions, multiple people at a time.
This is
All
what I
queer,
need.
trans, everything is there. And like,
Oh,
this
delicious.
is, and I'm putting it out in the universe. Like, I don't think I would ever want to work on a television show except a queer and trans dating show for a major network. I think I would rock
Wouldn't
that.
this be the best? You would be extraordinary. And I want it so bad. And if I want
so
it,
bad.
everybody wants it. Can you? Everybody
You're
wants
just like,
it. I
come
am a
on,
perfect
y'all.
arbiter.
There's just so many times when I'm like, all these beautiful women are in the swimming pool and none of them are kissing each other, and that
and it's not
such a
true. There's
shame.
no way.
I think
For
it's all
me,
happening
if
in the
I
bedroom.
was there,
Yeah,
if I was there with that many beautiful women,
I'd be
there's
like,
just
he's
no
boring,
way.
but you're so hot.
That's right.
Let's go kiss. Okay. All right. I'm glad we made this decision for everyone.
That's right. Let's reach out to some networks.
You. Yeah. Let's tell the networks. We're telling you, networks.
What's up?
All right.
That's right.
This is,
Oh
we
God.
manifested. So I love you
An
so much.
Adrienne Marie Brown dating show. Oh God, that would be my favorite thing.
I think
in
it would
the
just be
world.
so fun and good to watch. And like, we would take good care of everyone. Like, no one would be like crawling off in tears with no dignity. Like, everyone would find themselves. Really, it's a dating show, falling in love with yourself.
Falling in love with yourself.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's the
what I
dating show for
want.
me. That's the future dating show. You have
Okay.
to fall in love with
Just fall
yourself.
in love
And
with
in so
yourself.
doing, you can court another.
You are the bachelor of your own heart. Okay.
You're the best.
All right.
I love you so much.
This was so fun.
Love Island is inside.
Love Island within. The heart is the island within. So this beautiful podcast that you're experiencing is produced by Zach Rosen, the one and only, the God. And you can support us. And we're so grateful to all of you who already do support us. And it's never too late to join in and being one of our patrons. And this season, Autumn is going to be visiting us exclusively or almost exclusively in our Patreon area. So we're going to be doing these Ask Us Anythings. So it's worthwhile. Even if you just throw $1 at it, it really helps us to be able to pull this show off. Patreon.com/IntoTheWorldShow. We're on Instagram at IntoTheWorldPC. Thank you all so much for listening. Big up the show wherever you are, in person or on the internet. And we'll see you next time.
You know I gotta shake